What does it mean to live in a world where information can be weaponized, manipulated, and selectively released? Where societal control doesn't come from force, but from the control of information? 25 years ago, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty asked these very questions, and today I'll be doing my very best to explain to you my absolute love for this title and why the game still invokes something within me that never diminishes. I'll be trying to put this into words through a complete and in-depth review and analysis of the game inside and out. I'll be covering the story in order in brief but detailed sections to best explain the game for anyone who may not have had first-hand experience with this title, or may just want to learn why the game has left such an impact on the medium like it has. However, I'm assuming if you're watching this, the majority of you may already be Metal Gear Solid 2 fans, so I'll guess that most of you already know the story prior to this entry, but I'll do my very best to briefly reference who characters are, but I can't get too bogged down in that as I'm sure it'll add a whole nother hour to the video. Now I know the runtime of this video may seem very daunting, but I've done my absolute best to cut out every second of unnecessary space, gaps or information not crucial to this video. However, with this game being around 70% cutscenes and codec calls and 30% gameplay, I've had to let the majority of the cutscenes and codec calls play out to best explain the story, as trust me, this is one of the most confusing and difficult to follow games in the series. There are multiple twists, double crossings, revelations and just multiple bombshells dropped throughout. So please be warned, the length of this video, which I understand is very long, has been trimmed down as much as I could manage. Now like I say, this game really left an impact on the gaming world. Whether that's from its philosophical commentary on the future of society in the new age of the internet, its deliberate mismarketing, its revolutionary physics and gameplay advancements, or just its bizarre cachet of characters. This is my love letter to Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. When Metal Gear Solid 2 launched for the PlayStation 2 in late 2001, the world was only just coming to terms with the internet as a ubiquitous force. Although I was only 9 years old myself at the time, the world was preparing for a potential chaotic meltdown of information known simply as Y2K.
The basic idea on Y2K was that for convenience, all these computer programs, when it came to do dates, you only needed 2 numbers. Why use 4 numbers when you only need 2? And then they recognized, what date is a computer going to think it is when we get to 2000?
One simple date change for man, one major screw-up for computer.
Fail-safe measures were put in place in case of an incident such as this, but luckily people were able to breathe a sigh of relief when midnight struck and the power around the world didn't black out. But Hideo Kojima, the director, co-writer and creator of the legendary Metal Gear Solid series, seemed to look much further past the present into a future where information itself has become a form of power.
2は AI の話とそう勘違いはされる、デジタル社会の話でして、でネットがつながってあらゆるところが直接、意見を交換できるようになったときに人の生活はどうなるかっていうことを考えて作ったのが MGS2 ですね。あれは AI ではなくていわゆる行き交うデジタルデータが一つの意思を持ったというか、あれから24年経ってちょっと現実味を帯びてきたんですけど、そういう意味では、予測したというよりもこうなってほしくなかったという一つの未来だったんですけど、残念ながらちょっとその方向に向かってます。
Initially, Metal Gear Solid 2 was very controversial and divisive amongst players. We expected, based on all the marketing and previews, to be stepping back into the role of Solid Snake, the saga's iconic hero. But instead, when players delved into Sons of Liberty past its opening tanker mission, which is only around 20% of the campaign if that, we got a surprise switch out to now be playing the rest of the game as an unfamiliar new character called Raiden, a whiny fresh-faced rookie who we as the main target audience were not expecting in the slightest. He was in no demos, no E3 previews or trailers, and Metal Gear Solid fans of 2001 felt betrayed to say the very least. That bait and switch was a key component in polarizing fans. Now in hindsight, we can see what a forward-thinking maneuver this was with how Raiden's fate ties into the series, and how the fanbase grew to love him.
Snake, it's my turn to protect you.
But playing this back in 2001, this is not how players felt about Raiden. This was an extremely bold leap of faith on Kojima's part, but being one of the most out-of-the-box and lateral-thinking game creators of our time, somehow he knew it would all work out, and the themes presented in the game would soon reflect a not-so-distant future. Now, upon starting up the game and before reaching the main menu, we're treated to an absolutely stunning intro cinematic with an incredible theme by Hollywood movie composer Harry Gregson Williams, known at this point for scoring blockbuster movies like Armageddon and Enemy of the State. Please be aware I've tried to feature as much of his score through this entire video as I can, but at an altered speed and pitch as not to risk getting the video demonetized. Any unaltered music will be limited to a few seconds at a time, as I want you to really hear what a brilliant score this is. A phrase used a lot around the creation of this game by Kojima was that they wanted this to be a Hollywood game due to its cinematic and stylistic scale. So using a renowned Hollywood composer for the score really adds that extra layer of flair. And I have to say, I don't remember a video game ever looking this realistic with its framing and cinematography prior to Metal Gear Solid 2.
And it's a huge part of the game too. A lot of Metal Gear Solid 2 is spent watching the story, not actually playing the game. That does open up Metal Gear Solid 2 to some criticism, I suppose. You know, some would argue that you're supposed to play a game and not just sit there and watch it. You know, why not just go to the movies or watch TV or something like that? Well, it's because Metal Gear Solid 2 is better than what's playing in the movies or what's on TV.
And this intro cutscene set the tone perfectly. It gets me hyped up every single time. The main menu is also backed by an awesome theme which is very tense and mysterious, but with that futuristic dystopian vibe. You can also trigger a thunder sound effect if you press L2 on the controller. I also love the voiceover on the vanilla PS2 version. It's not included in the Substance or HD version for some reason. I think it adds a certain level of extra value to the game, almost like this is the first time you'll ever be experiencing something this advanced. So the voiceover is almost like your own personal assistant to help you choose how you want to set up your game settings. I also really love the aesthetic of the font and interface sounds here.
Please select your action level. In this game, Metal Gear Solid will be referred to as the previous game. The term cleared means having seen the ending. Action level selected. Metal Gear Solid 2: Sons of Liberty will now begin. Please enjoy.
Metal Gear Solid 2 opens with a mysterious hooded figure, soon to be revealed as Solid Snake, walking along the Washington Bridge in the pouring rain. For those of you who don't know, Solid Snake is a genetically engineered clone of the world's greatest soldier from the Cold War era, Big Boss. Snake ditches his Kagul, activating stealth camo and diving from the bridge to the targeted tanker below, and I have to say this slow motion dive back with this epic score still gives me chills every time. We see a familiar looking gunslinger aboard a Russian chopper who seems to already be aware of our presence, and then we're treated to one of the very best opening title screens I've ever seen. We then receive a codec call from Hal E.E, also known as Otacon, which is Snake's now partner in all anti-Metal Gear activity under a group they started called Philanthropy.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
He informs us of Snake's objective, which is to infiltrate the US Marine Corps tanker called the Discovery, undetected, and investigate reports of a new Metal Gear being transported. Again, for those of you who may not know, a Metal Gear is basically a nuclear-capable walking bipedal battle tank. You have to photograph evidence of Metal Gear's existence and report it back to Otacon in order to expose it to the world. You get a chance to toy around with the controls and some of your equipment, such as your tranquilizer gun. One massive improvement is the fact you can now aim in first-person mode with specific and precise targeting, allowing for some fun gameplay mechanics I'll demonstrate soon. But before we can get into the tanker's holds, Snake spots some armed Russian military soldiers with AKs descending from above and taking out the marine guards of the ship. Snake also spots a Russian colonel by the name of Galukovich. It's clear that the other chopper we saw earlier has its own intentions for Metal Gear. Otacon reminds you that all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear's existence. There's no need to actually get in any confrontation, and it's best to stay undetected at all times if possible. The controls are very fluid, and you quickly realise you can jump over railings, hang from ledges, as well as sneak and crawl on the floor to avoid detection. After knocking out, tranquilising or snapping the necks of any bothersome guards, you also learn you can drag their bodies away or hide them in order to not alert any patrols. Upon entering the hold, it may be a small detail, but I really like the fact it also features a Japanese wording underneath the location in English. I just always thought it looked quite tasteful. The style of the gameplay shown will showcase the Soliton radar, a radar showing enemies' locations as well as their field of view. Your footsteps luckily don't alert them as much as you'd expect, so if you're quick on the draw you can usually run up to most guards before they have a chance to react. I always usually try and trank them from a distance though. You can also hold guards up at gunpoint and shake them down for supplies like rations.
Freeze. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. Who's that?
When an enemy is tranked, it will also show circling Z's above their head, and Snake will tiptoe over them as not to wake them, which is a nice touch. But a clever way of seeing when they'll wake up again is that the Z's will slowly start to disappear one by one. There are also some sexy posters to be found for Snake on the Discovery, which lead to some pretty hilarious Easter eggs and codec calls with Otacon.
What do you think you're doing, Snake? You don't have enough to keep you busy? Try to remember the mission if you can.
Shut it.
Try to remember the mission if you can.
You were watching?
Like in the first Metal Gear Solid, you can use chaff grenades to avoid surveillance cameras as it temporarily blocks their functions, as well as hugging the wall and sneaking beneath them. You learn other handy techniques like using a fire extinguisher to expose infrared beams to crawl under. And after clearing the main crew quarters, Snake reaches the bridge to try and find out the ship's coordinates, but then he spots a suspicious looking soldier through the window. You go to investigate, and this triggers our first boss fight of the game, with Olga Galukovich. I'll let the cutscene play out as much as I can, as it's a really awesome scene.
I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
All entry and exit points to the tanker holds secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot?
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it. Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild?
You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean.
New 時代劇とか、なんでしょう、西部劇ですかね。対峙してて、銃から手を離して、風が流れてて一瞬時間が止まる、そういう感覚です。
Now, you'll have to use the environment to your advantage here and take use of all cover available, as well as timing shots well. Olga can use certain environmental elements to make this challenging, like shooting the spotlight so it goes in your eyes, blinding you until you can shoot it out, or she'll shoot the straps on the tarp which blocks her from view. After a clear few headshots with a trank gun, she goes down with a cry. After defeating Olga, we take her pistol, and if you haven't learned by this point, when you drag and drop enemy bodies, they do drop items as well as their dog tags. You'll find some thermal goggles at the top of the tanker's mast, and then Snake spots a suspicious drone-type camera known as a Scyther recording him before flying away. You then quickly speak to Otacon about this, as well as he mentions that the intel on the transport of the Metal Gear wasn't just from their own sources as usual. He got an anonymous tip this time, and from someone with the initials EE. Hal explains that he had a stepsister called Emma when he was younger for a couple of years, named Emma, so he used to call her EE for Emma Emmerich. It then dawns on them that they think it could even now be a trap to lure them out here. I'll also demonstrate here what happens when an enemy spots you.
Who's there? Who's that?
Enemy sighted.
What's going on? Respond. We've lost contact with DD. Backup unit, check it out.
You'll trigger someone calling in a sighting of you, leading to backup units flooding the area. Your best bet is to knock them out and shoot out their radio, and hide until the evasion phase counts down to 0. But don't get too comfortable, as they'll post more enemy sentries in their areas of precaution. You'll clear more enemies on your way down to the holds, as well as you can take some time aside in this room to explore more of the game's groundbreaking physics.
All of these settings and effects are very fine, but they wouldn't be worth much if you couldn't play with them. Mr. Kojima wanted to plunge players into a lifelike and realistic world. He wanted them to be able to exert a concrete influence on their surroundings. So a lot of time was spent modelling individual components.
Taking pictures of these posters throughout the tanker result in some really funny interactions with Otacon. I believe these posters also changed throughout the original game and the Substance version released later.
More of these? Is that all you think about? Hey, what you like is your business. Just get those Metal Gear pictures. I'll just make a backup of this one. And the next one is... So, this explains a lot. Not that there's anything wrong with keeping it to yourself. I mean, you know, it's your life and everything. But you're going to have to take those Metal Gear photos now.
You then get some practice at taking out explosive Semtex units by finding and shooting their power source. Once you're through, you'll be in the lower holds, which have some really funny but missable little jokes, such as this guard getting scared of you after knocking this metal pole over.
What? Somebody there? Nah, it was just my imagination playing tricks on me.
Or the guard dancing alone to his Walkman. You'll then, in the tight corridors, be forced into a full-on battle with a number of guards. You can either trank or kill them, giving you a little bit of a let-loose mode if you've been wanting to get into some more real action up until this point. You'll see a Russian soldier then bump into Revolver Ocelot, who guns him down out of nowhere before radioing in and sealing the holds off.
Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the? If
you get down to the lower holds quickly enough, you'll find all the Marines standing in their underwear. which is another crazy little Easter egg. Again, I'll try and show as many secret codec calls, optional extras and hidden Easter eggs as I can without making the video too long, so if I miss any, please be aware I am aware of them, but some are just cut for time.
Not wish to jeopardize.
While sneaking through multiple groups of Marines, many other Easter eggs can be found, such as a ghostly image of Kojima when taking a picture of this monitor, distracting the guards with some questionable videos,
We, the Marine, in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. Always bear that in mind. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development, but it cannot be more different and likely from the Navy.
Snake, are you okay? Snake! Snake!
Metal Gear.
Once you snap the necessary photos of Metal Gear Ray's existence, you can upload them to a close-by computer that has a cute little Otacon avatar. It's really amazing the amount of variation in responses that can be heard here depending on which pictures you upload, and even how many times you upload the same one.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Oh, this is,
What?
Nothing. It's nothing. But this isn't a photo of Metal Gear anyway. Sorry, but you're gonna have to go back and shoot another set. I'll just make a backup of this one. Okay, what am I seeing now? The Commandant again. Look, if you like him so much, I'll print this out and make a panel out of it. Put it over your bed or something.
There is an awesome but lengthy cutscene here where Revolver Ocelot hijacks Metal Gear Ray. I'll let the scene play out.
We'll lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the Silver Tongue.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Oh, no, I'm taking it back. This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans. Friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again.
As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, you! Have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Kulukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care. Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement. Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
been a while, brother.
Who are you?
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake?
Ouch!
Get out of my mind, Liquid! The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Going down, Snake, with this tanker!
The Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
The second larger part of the story now plays out. A masked member of Foxhound, also codenamed Snake, is infiltrating the government cleanup facility known as the Big Shell. Instructed by Colonel Campbell from the first Metal Gear Solid game, he is now your point of contact and support through the rest of the game. He informs you that a terrorist group by the name of Sons of Liberty have taken over the facility and their demands are $30 billion in cash or they'll kill all the hostages, including the President of the United States. Not only this, but they'll then also blow up the Big Shell. The crude oil igniting from the blast would kill the entire ecosystem in the sea and turn the sea into a toxic sludge for centuries. When you emerge from the water, just like in the first Metal Gear Solid game, you get a small space to get used to the controls and your abilities. Some hidden areas can be accessed where rations and other items can be found. When we get to the elevator, we see 2 enemy sentries have been knocked out and we get a quick flash at a familiar looking bandana bearing mullet. We quickly inform the Colonel that someone else is here, but he says it's not a possibility. Rose, Raiden's partner, then joins the codec call as a support character to Raiden's surprise.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
I was trained to fight. My personal feelings have no place in a mission.
We then find out that Raiden's real name is Jack, and this is a direct reference to the Titanic with Jack and Rose.
冒頭タンカーなんで、タンカーといえば当時はタイタニックが流行った後だったんで、ジャックとローズ。
Kojima then also puts a little self-referential Easter egg here about the time he forgot his wedding anniversary.
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
この日に、結婚前だったんですけども、今の奥さんとですね、最初に会った日に、デートの約束をしてまして、僕はすっかり忘れてて、すっぽかしたということがあって、それで非常に危ない時期がありましたけども、そういうエピソードの、裏返。
You're told to access the node in the corner, which is a small computer where you can input some details about yourself such as your name, date of birth and nationality. If you input certain names of the Konami staff, it will tell you their birthday and play certain audio clips for some of them.
Kojima is good!
It will also wish you a happy birthday if you put your birthday as today's date. You get some practice at avoiding enemy entries who awaken just before the elevator becomes available. And when you take the elevator up, the mask is taken off, and to our surprise, we're not Solid Snake. We're some unknown character called Raiden. This was an intentional move on Kojima's part, as now in retrospect it works perfectly to where Raiden fits in within Metal Gear Solid 4.
It was never going to work out for me. It even rained the day I was born.
You've got it all wrong. You were the lightning in that rain. You can still shine through the darkness.
The lightning.
But gripes aside, we push on through the rest of the game as Raiden. The Colonel tells us that the intruder couldn't possibly be Solid Snake, as he definitely died on that tanker 2 years ago, and his body was positively ID'd. He also gives us a general layout of how the Big Shell is composed.
The Big Shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly.
Also, an interesting fact here, Kojima used Lego a lot in the creation of visually interpreting how scenes and missions would be laid out. When we take control of Raiden, we immediately find the attention to detail as intricate as slipping on bird and also getting it on our face if we stare up at the seagulls for too long. You make your way into the first strut and get some experience at avoiding combat by learning we can knock on walls to distract guards and slip past them. When you access a node, you activate the radar, showing the enemy locations and field of vision, as well as being able to change certain game options at any time. There's something I love about the aesthetic and layout of the big shell. Maybe it's the colours or the sounds of the sea and the seagulls, but it's a really awesome setting for the game, I think. You then also learn here from the kernel that you can use the hanging mode to avoid detection. Depending on how often you use the hanging mode, you'll build up your grip level, allowing you to be able to hold on for longer periods of time before falling. Raiden then encounters a somewhat nostalgic hallway filled with bloodied corpses of dead soldiers, similar to where we meet Grey Fox in Metal Gear Solid 1. And there is an absolutely awesome cutscene here with a reveal of a member of Dead Cell, part of Sons of Liberty, an iconic villain of the Metal Gear saga, Vamp.
Are you?
Five today. Or rather, 6.
Get down!
Strange smell. You smell like... Are you?
It has to be. Shoot him! What are you waiting for?
But it didn't take Yoji Shinkawa long to find a masculine source of inspiration.
黒い髪でロン毛にしたいっていうのは最初あったんですけど、でそれでイメージで描いてたら、ある日フラメンコのホアキン・カルテスっていうじゃないですか、それにそっくりだっていうのに気づいてですね、でそれを見て研究しました。
When this familiar mullet-bearing soldier comes to our rescue, we as an audience recognise it as Solid Snake, even if he doesn't admit it to Raiden straight away, making us wonder how it's confirmed that his body was ID'd 2 years ago.
But they went down with that tanker 2 years ago. We even recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body say it's him.
Jack, I know what you're saying, but Snake is dead. He can't be here.
Pliskin then asks Raiden if he's Foxhound, but when Raiden says that he is, Pliskin just tells him straight away that Foxhound was disbanded.
That suit, are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded.
Huh?
And Raiden seems confused, like he doesn't even know who he's working for. Take note of that.
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right?
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking mission 60, weapons 80, advanced
VR, huh?
but realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
We then get some further intel on Vamp and his abilities and place within Dead Cell.
That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
Dead Cell? Him?
A special forces unit created by ex-President George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were out of control, and it all came to a head 6 months ago.
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
What about their leader? He says he's Solid Snake.
Snake died 2 years ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
After the initial meeting with Pliskin, he'll eventually fall asleep and we can have a few secret interactions with him.
He's still sleeping.
Liquid!
Huh?
Think you can shoot that thing?
Raiden, what reason could you have to shoot someone while they are sleeping?
I can't believe you. And he was on our side, right?
I strongly disapprove. Hurry up and return to your duties.
Upon exiting to a certain bridge, we trigger a cutscene with our next member of Dead Cell, Fortune, a femme fatale whose only wish is to be granted death. However, her ability is that she is untouchable by any weapon. Her theme can be considered a little cheesy with the saxophone, but I've actually grown to love it over the years. I think it gives her own unique twist from the other villains.
What the hell is that?
Come, put me out of my misery.
This is impossible. Nothing will hit her. Is she the one they call Fortune? Don't let them take the president! Ready grenades!
A great deal of attention was paid to the realism of weapons reproduction, both in the offices and on the motion capture set.
前作もそうだったんですけど、今作も、軍事アドバイザーを一人つけましてですね、その非常にそういう兵隊の動きに、詳しい人物に実際モーションキャプチャーに立ち会ってもらいまして、でそういう時には銃はどう構えるんだ。で我々結構映画から影響を受けてるんでね、銃を構えると、まさにジェームス・ボンドのようにこういう形で構えるんですけど、実際には銃は、銃口を上に向けたりはしないと、非常に危険なものなんで、銃は下に、下げた状態でこういう形で構えて、スタンディング。
Furthermore, Mr. Mori gave explanations for these small gestures of silent communication, such as the little tap on the back.
通報制御しながら最低何人必要なのか。コンピューター制御だから18人くらいかな。
To help programmers better understand soldiers' behaviour, Mr. Mori had them act out situations in the corridors of Konami.
I always laugh at the way this soldier says a dud as well.
A dud!
Is there anyone here that can give me happiness?
SEAL Team 10 is obliterated, Colonel Campbell says we need to hurry and find and dispose of the C4s around the big shell before rescuing the president and hostages. However, Raiden here seems to start questioning the reality of what he's even experiencing with all these strange members of Dead Cell being able to seemingly deform any forms of reality. He says it's like being in a nightmare he can't wake up from. You explore more struts of the facility and come across a room where you discover a world-famous bomb disposal expert by the name of Peter Stillman.
Freeze! Don't shoot.
Did I tell you you could move?
It's all right. He's not one of the bad guys. Don't go pointing that thing everywhere, kid.
My name is Peter. Peter Stillman. A poor old man who got dragged along for this picnic.
Thought you'd retired.
I did. Can't keep up with everybody, as you can see. A famous church got wiped off the map thanks to me, with too many lives inside. All I lost was this leg.
So you're the bomb disposal guy.
Kid, this is the bomb disposal guy. Open any explosives disposal textbook and you'll see his name.
Why did they bring you out of retirement then?
Because the terrorist group here includes one of my students, the Emperor of Explosives, Fatman. He built an atomic bomb when he was only 10. I created him in a sense. Are you two with SEAL Team 10? I didn't see you at the mission briefing. What's your name?
Raiden.
That's an odd name.
Any other survivors?
There was also an engineer with me.
An engineer?
A skinny guy. He went in with us. He told me he was a security systems architect for the big shell. This is a C4 bomb. It's live. You can see it pulsing. Now you spray this on the sucker and there we go. Simple, huh? The spray freezes the detonator instantly. I know Fatman well. I know how into his own aesthetics he is.
Signatures?
Yes. On every bomb he builds, he always leaves a trace of the cologne he uses. The sensor also picks up that particular scent spectrum. I thought I taught him everything I knew. I have no children of my own, and I thought I found a son in him. He had the right stuff, you know. I didn't teach him the most important thing I had to tell him. There are some things you have to pass on. The trick is to know which one. Right. All I taught him was skills.
After learning more about Stillman's involvement on the Big Shell due to his ties with his explosive apprentice Fatman, another member of Dead Cell, Pete then gives you the ability to sense out the C4s around the Big Shell, and your next mission is to then disable them. It's a really cool part of the game, and I always enjoy finding them for some reason, even though I've done it dozens of times at this point. There's something just really satisfying about using the coolant on them and hearing the little beep go out. You'll pass through multiple struts during this venture, but the first one is in the bathroom here, and it can lead to some crazy codec calls that I'm still amazed were even conceived of, voice recorded and put into the game.
Raiden, what are you looking at? Oh, I see. Rosemary.
What?
Could you excuse him for a moment?
Huh?
You know, so he can...
Ah, I get it. Jack, let me know when you're done, okay?
Mm-hmm. Raiden, I didn't know you had such weird interests. Not that there's anything wrong with that, though. Just that, well, it's a little weird.
Jack, I think that's a little weird.
Raiden, what are you doing there? With that?
I don't believe it. What are you thinking? Enduring your duties?
I highly disapprove.
Even though every one of us is scrambling to do our best to support you, this? And what exactly are you going to do? Drool over pictures of voluptuous girls?
Exactly.
At least use a picture of me instead.
What?
I mean...
I completely disapprove. Raiden.
Jack, give it a rest. I can't bear watching you do that.
I disapprove. Return to your duties. That's what I feel like saying, but I'm beginning to feel like putting you in charge was not such a good idea.
So, Jack, what do you want?
What do I want? Well, I'd like to save, if that's okay.
Then go ahead.
This is a joke, right? Rose.
What now?
What do you mean, what now? Save my data, please.
Fine. Don't you have something you want to say before that?
Like what?
Ugh.
All right, I get it. I'm sorry. There. You satisfied?
Close enough.
You selfish.
What was that?
Nothing. Just talking to myself.
Again, it just blows my mind. So many additional but missable things like this are just hidden under the surface of Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, talk about attention to detail. Depending on what way you'll go, you'll eventually pass a helipad and trigger a cutscene where Raiden encounters Olga Galukovich from the tanker incident.
I've taken care of that annoying fly. What's the situation over there?
Puzzling. I saw a man dressed like a ninja just now.
Ninja?
It's the only way to describe it. A kind of cyborg ninja, complete with a sword. Over and out then.
Freeze! You must be one of Dead Cell.
Of course not. What a thing to say.
Drop your gun!
Not a chance.
She directly disobeys him, which seems to be a running theme in this game, that people just don't take anything this rookie says seriously. After Olga disappears from sight, you can take care of the C4 under the Harrier on the helipad. And when you go to pass a certain section between struts, you'll get a mystery codec call from someone calling themselves Deepthroat, warning you about Claymore mines. They then change it to call themselves Mr. X.
Identify yourself.
Just call me Deepthroat.
Deepthroat? You mean from Shadow Moses?
Mr. X, then.
Mr. X now, is it? Why would it matter if I called you Deepthroat?
Never mind about that.
Why did you contact me?
Let's just say I'm one of your fans.
Colonel Campbell looks up the transmission for you and finds it to be coming from somewhere inside the big shell.
Called himself Deepthroat at first. Do you think...
I caught that part too, but the possibility of it being true is none. Gray Fox was the one who used that alias in Shadow Moses, and he's dead.
Snake, be careful. There are Claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector. Who are you? Just call me Deepthroat.
Deepthroat? The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you anyway?
One of your fans.
Gray Fox.
A name from long ago. It sounds better than Deepthroat.
So it is you.
After taking care of these Claymore mines, as trust me they'll become a pain later on, you take care of any more C4s until Rose will then call you on the codec asking if Jack remembers the day they met.
Jack, do you remember the day we met? A group of middle-aged Japanese ladies came up and asked me which building it was that King Kong was climbing in the movie.
スネークというのはゴジラなんですよ。ゴジラは水爆実験によって生まれた、いわゆる人間が作り出した怪獣なんですよね。でスネークは、そのクローン人間なんでビッグボスの体細胞で作られた人間なんです。だからこれはゴジラなんです。でライデンは、キングコングです。手錠をはめられて、ローズという女の子を、その道具として使われて、都会に来たっていうか、だから2人は非常に対照的なキャラクターにしてあります。
Said it was probably the Chrysler building, and then you showed up and started mouthing off. You were like, no, it's the Empire State.
I said the Chrysler building was in Godzilla.
After shaking down some more soldiers for their dog tags, you can spot at a certain point Pliskin running off under a cardboard box, further cementing his identity as Solid Snake. You can even call Pliskin up and make fun of the idea.
Pliskin, I saw someone wearing a cardboard box just now.
A box? I don't know anything about that. You sure you weren't imagining things?
Of course I'm sure. Do you think it's one of the members of Dead Cell?
How should I know?
I don't want to fight someone like that.
Why not?
Because it looks so dumb. Anyone who's willing to be seen like that must be completely insane. I mean, he's a psycho, there's no question about it.
Yeah.
Stillman will check in with us asking how we're getting on with the C4 disarming. However, Pliskin finds there's more out there which aren't scented with Fatman's signature cologne, making them invisible to the sensor, so you have to find them with sound alone. Stillman says he'll come and help, but as we learned earlier, Stillman has a false leg and the team think he'll just slow them down or he'll get spotted. But Stillman confesses that the leg story is a lie. He felt guilty that all those people died on his watch, and he thought that if he faked being injured, he could take less blame for the mistake. When Pliskin finds and defuses that last C4, it actually acts as a trigger to set off a main explosive within the big shell.
This is Pliskin. I've located the last C4.
Is that it?
I'm about to freeze it. Then...
Wait! Pliskin! Damn! That was it!
What's going on?
The detonator just woke up. It's counting down!
What happened?
The big ones were rigged to be activated when all the baby C4s went offline. Raiden, the one in Shell 1 should be counting down too. Hurry!
What's the remaining time?
400 seconds.
400 seconds?
Raiden, move! Get to the bottom of Strut A now!
You're then told to run as fast as you can to get to the bottom of Strut A against a 400-second time limit and defuse the very last C4 hidden on the bottom of a lifeboat.
I fell for it.
Fell for what?
Fatman has my number. A proximity trigger. Microwave.
Microwave?
With a 7-foot range. It's not a technique I taught him. Neither was that multi-bomb booby trap. Looks like he's far surpassed me as far as explosives technique goes. As for the rest...
Pete, get the hell out of there.
There's less than 30 seconds left. It's too late.
No!
Pliskin, get away from Strut H as fast as you can.
Pete!
Raiden, keep your distance. Use the spray from as far away as possible.
Me?
You can do it. I know that.
I'm not so sure.
But I am. Do it. I know you can.
But the Colonel calls you to inform you of a shocking update.
Raiden, the terrorists have retaliated for our bomb neutralization.
What?
A hostage has been killed, shot in the head.
Damn.
They announced they would kill one every hour from now on.
What are my orders? What should I do?
Stay with your mission objective. Rescue the president.
And before Raiden can even reach the elevator, Fortune appears to challenge Raiden, believing it's actually Pliskin, saying that she's killed his father and she wants revenge.
Show yourself and finish me. My name is Fortune, lucky in war and nothing else. And without a death to call my own. Hurry, kill me, please.
What ensues is a straightforward but quite impressive boss fight. It's the first time we hear one of the most epic tracks in the game, Yell Dead Cell.
Kill me now. What are you doing? Kill me.
Fortune will blast the room and you'll cover to pieces, showing off more of the game's impressive physics and mechanics. As you can't hit Fortune head on due to her abilities, you have to take her by surprise shots, and once you lower Fortune's health to a certain degree, you'll receive another codec call from Colonel, adding even more pressure and time limits to an already heightened stress of the fight.
Right, Fatman just contacted us directly.
Fatman called us?
Yes. Looks like he placed a bomb on the heliport. He specifically asked for you, Raiden.
Look, this is really not a good time for this.
The countdown's already begun, Raiden.
Great. How much time do I have left?
I'll show you the count. 400 seconds remaining.
So he's planning on taking this place out.
It looks like he has a different agenda from that of Dead Cell.
It wasn't him.
Unfortunate.
I expected more of this one, really.
But he couldn't kill you, I see.
Completely useless.
Then he's all mine.
Later, Vamp. No, that death was meant for me. I thought you could give me peace.
There's no need for sorrow, Queen. I died once already. I can't die twice.
I've got to say, I also love the reveal of Vamp coming back to life here. It just makes you think, like, well, how am I ever going to beat this guy if he can survive a bullet to the head? It really sets up a tension for the rest of the game of when you're actually going to finally fight this guy and how the hell are you going to do it. Raiden then finally defuses that extra final C4 left by Fatman on the roof of the helipad, which then triggers the next boss fight of the game, which again is a very peculiar but memorable boss, Fatman.
You're right on time, I see. I like a punctual man. Is he dead, Sal? I am Fatman. I am the greatest that humanity has to offer, and life is short. Bombs tell the time with every moment of their existence, and nothing else announces its own end with such a fanfare. Glad you could make it. The party's about to start. Let's drink the Stillman, shall we?
If you destroy the big shell, you'll never collect your ransom.
Ransom? What are you talking about?
$30 billion in cash.
My ambitions are much more simple. To be the most famous bomber of them all.
You're nuts! No one's gonna give a damn about you.
Oh yes, they will. I'll go down in history as the man who beat Peter Stillman. That's the only reason I assisted them.
Like hell you beat Stillman. He had your number.
What did you say?
You have nothing of his courage. Or... What are you laughing at? You're nothing but a common criminal, and that's the only way people will ever remember you.
How dare you! I'm an artist! Laugh and grow fat. Let's move!
The layout of the fight is pretty interesting. You have to essentially run a maze of containers chasing and fighting Fatman, but whilst also defusing the bombs that he lays randomly throughout the fight at any given moment. It's a very tense, panic-inducing fight, backed once again by that epic score. His body is protected by the bomb suit, so you have to essentially knock him off guard and then go for headshots. It's a very tense, panic-inducing fight, backed once again by that epic score. His body is protected by the bomb suit, so you have to essentially knock him off guard and then go for headshots. And I also love how his catchphrase and final words are laugh and grow fat. What great advice to live by.
My suit. Oh no. I've nothing to wear to the party.
The party's over for you.
That's what you think.
What do you mean? What did you just do? What is this?
It's the switch for the biggest bomb in the entire place.
Huh?
No use. Once it's activated, there's no stopping the count.
Where did you plant it? Where is it?
Somewhere in this area. Don't worry, it's very close by.
Where is it?
Go ahead, shoot me. I'm already dead.
Damn!
Laugh and grow fat.
Using the sensor, you can then find the final C4 under Fatman's dead body. Defusing this finally puts an end to all main explosive threats on the big shell. When telling the Colonel of your success, Raiden brings up the fact that Fatman didn't even know anything about the ransom, which seems strange. The Colonel quickly dismisses this. Once you speak to Pliskin again, you ask how the big shell is after that large explosion that killed Peter Stillman, and Raiden mentions to Pliskin the toxins that the Colonel warned you about when first entering the big shell. Like he said, if an explosion is to happen on that level, it would ignite the toxins. But again, Pliskin has no idea what you're even talking about. Almost as if Raiden, even being the main operative for this mission, is intentionally being kept in the dark or isn't even being given all the information. Upon leaving the heliport, the mysterious Mr. X appears before Raiden. He informs us that he is an informant sent from the Lale Lule Low, sent to assist in Raiden's mission, as well as dropping some bombshells of his own. He also states that you are not trusted to make such decisions. This is a key piece of information for later in the game. He says that to find the president's location, he must find a member of the Secret Service who is in with the other hostages, called Ames. Ames has a pacemaker which allows you to pick him out from the crowd with a directional microphone due to his irregular heartbeat. We have to disguise ourselves with the enemy's uniform and don an AK to make our way past the guards without raising suspicion.
I suggest you hurry. They have a nuke on their side.
The nuke? They have a nuclear weapon with them?
Dead Cell didn't have to bring a nuke along with them. It was right here to begin with. Nothing in this affair is what it seems.
A cover-up? But why? For what?
For Metal Gear that is housed here.
Metal Gear?
The very same. Bipedal nuke capable vehicle Shadow Moses Infamy. This place is the R&D center for its newest incarnation.
What the hell is going on?
Better ask Ames the rest.
He said that the big shell was housing a new model of Metal Gear.
First I've heard of it.
Colonel, what are you not telling me?
I've been completely open with you, Raiden. I've told you everything.
Is that everything you know? Or everything I need to know?
Snap out of it, Raiden.
Upon getting to the lower ground floor to get the microphone, you spot a parakeet and a little Easter egg of one of Kojima's first ever games, Police Noughts. You can then grab up an enemy sentry and use their face against the retinal scanner to gain access to the hostage area. As well as finding Ames, there are some questionable interactions you can have here with a woman named Jennifer.
You're Ames, aren't you?
My name's Jennifer.
Raiden, what are you doing? You forget yourself.
I can't believe you. What's wrong with you?
I highly disapprove.
Just...
What do you mean, I'm just?
Upon finding Ames with the directional microphone, you switch to nano communications to discuss this further.
Secret Service?
No, I was set in by the Lali Lule Lo, just like you.
What?
You're here to find out where the president is.
You really know where the president is?
Almost certainly. He was moved to the first floor of Shell 2's core section.
The first floor, the core of Shell 2.
Case.
You mean the nuclear button they took?
Right, and the case won't do a thing by itself. That case may be the single most advanced example of a weapons failsafe system. The password is nothing less than the physiological data of the US president.
Physiological data?
The president's own vital signs, heartbeat, brainwave pattern, blood pressure and so on are constantly monitored and relayed by his internal nanomachines.
This is really a new model of Metal Gear here?
Absolutely. The black case serves as the launch key to Metal Gear as well.
Why would they hide Metal Gear in an offshore plant?
Haven't they told you anything? The entire thing was planned. The oil spill, the tanker accident that caused it, everything. The big shell was built specifically for the development of a new Metal Gear model. The inspection tour was to check its progress.
What's going on around here?
Wait. Here comes Snake. Use the microphone to listen in.
What about the president?
The password entry has already been made to the black case. In 1 hour, we'll need a confirmation from him. His work is done after that.
Make sure you keep him alive until then.
Yes, I know.
What about the unit's activation?
Almost complete. The code has already been entered. All we need now is for the girl to start the system.
The usual method, I assume?
No. The drugs took care of everything.
Only a few more steps to outer heaven.
Is that really Solid Snake?
That's what he claims.
I thought Snake was dead.
Solid Snake did die. But he's also here in the shell. Either he survived or there are two of them.
Two of them?
And that's impossible.
You're the nuke, but it's nowhere close to the ransom deadline.
Ransom?
$30 billion in cash.
What are you babbling about? The nuclear strike is not a threat. It's been the objective all along.
They plan to slaughter millions of people.
No, a high-altitude detonation. You've heard of the Compton effect?
Total disruption of electronic equipment caused by EMMA pulse.
Textbook answer.
Well, when an average nuclear warhead goes off within the atmosphere, the result is an electromagnetic pulse of up to 50 billion megawatts.
If one of the key movers of world economy stops functioning, it could mean the beginning of a global depression.
But that isn't their aim. What they plan to do is liberate Manhattan, pull it offline and turn it into some kind of a republic. Hence, Sons of Liberty, I suppose.
Sons of Liberty?
What do you think you're doing?
I asked him to remove these. I'm ill, you see.
I always knew that the DIA turned out second-rate liars.
What are you talking about?
No need for denials. We know what you are, Colonel Ames. They knew that the president was planning to betray them. So they sent you in to keep tabs on him. Am I right?
You?
Sorry, Colonel. You failed to carry out your duties.
You'll never escape the Lali-Lulelo.
Is that so?
Ames then dies before you and Ocelot in a very similar fashion to the Fox Die interactions that Solid Snake had back in Shadow Moses. Until Mr. X comes to your rescue, allowing you enough time to escape.
Hold your fire! We need the hostages alive!
Hurry! Get away!
But you died!
Leave this to me.
Upon exiting the Shell 1 core, Pliskin warns you of some Semtex explosive covering the bridge. You take a stabilizer to steady your aim, and use the MSG sniper rifle to make short work of the control panels. You'll then receive a codec call from Pliskin, who introduces you to his partner, Otacom. They'll say they'll find a chopper and come pick us up, as well as taking some of the hostages off of the Big Shell in multiple trips.
Colonel, I need some answers from you. Who exactly is Pliskin and his partner?
I know what you're thinking.
It keeps coming back to Shadow Moses, and now this Otacon.
AKA Hal E.E, PhD, a Shadow Moses survivor.
Rose?
Snake and Otacon both became fugitives after Shadow Moses, wanted for acts of terrorism.
An anti-Metal Gear organization.
They sabotaged and destroyed countless Metal Gear units throughout the world.
And were responsible for the incident 2 years ago that necessitated the construction of the Big Shell.
Snake and his partner aren't terrorists.
Jack, why are you defending them?
I'd stake my life on it. The Solid Snake that saved Shadow Moses couldn't turn into a terrorist.
Maybe that's true, but they went down with that tanker 2 years ago. We even recovered Snake's body.
And the DNA test results on the body say it's him.
Jack, I know what you're saying, but Snake is dead. He can't be here, not even as this Dr. Hal E.E.
But that also means that he can't be the terrorist leader behind this thing.
But before we can be picked up by Pliskin and Otacon in the chopper, we're introduced to the leader of the terrorist group here, posing as Solid Snake. It is Solidus Snake, the third child in the Les Enfants Terribles project. For those of you who may be unaware, Solid Snake and Liquid Snake are both genetically created clones from Big Boss. However, there was a third child, known as Solidus Snake.
I've been waiting for you. A messenger from the Patriots. Where do I know him from?
So you're the boss around here?
No, not just around here. I'm the boss to surpass Big Boss himself. Solid Snake. No, that is not Solid Snake. What a pleasant surprise, brother. Save it. You're brother of mine. Don't say you've forgotten me. Snake.
Snake?
Right, take cover.
I'm a whole different game from Liquid. That the best you can do, Snake?
Did I get him? We're in trouble. It's the Harrier.
The world needs only one big boss. I'll drown you fools for interfering.
Right. This is the Stinger missile launcher. The Kasaka can't stand up to the Harrier. You have to shoot the Harrier down.
Snake, we got company.
I'm counting on you.
We're able to take the Harrier down with some well-timed homing missiles from the missile launcher. Pliskin will provide some cover and throw down rations and other ammo to you. You have to dodge a lot of incoming attacks, so learning the Harrier's attack pattern is vital to surviving this fight. After a number of Stinger missile hits, Solidus gets his eye taken out and crashes into the sea below.
There's something coming up.
That's Metal Gear! It's already active!
Vamp! Go! Ha!
Pliskin then finally admits to Raiden over the codec that he is the legendary Solid Snake, and the body that was identified as Snake's was actually Liquid Snake's body, as they are genetically identical. We then have to maneuver our way through the wreckage of that boss fight, trying not to slip off narrow walkways or falling from disintegrating platforms. I remember the first time doing this, I fell off and I realised I'd slipped on the bird There is also a ridiculous scene here that again has a crazy codec core attached.
What? I'm going to go in my pants. Nobody's looking, right?
Raiden, my sympathies. Sneaking missions are called wet works for a reason after all.
Don't worry about it, Jack. It's okay.
Rose?
That is, as long as you take a shower the second you get back. Do we have a deal?
We spot Olga guarding the president's location when we arrive, who proceeds to then electrify the floor leading to where President Johnson is being held. We have to use our remote control missile to take out the control panel which disarms the electrified floor, so we can finally rescue the president. We then receive an exposition-heavy cutscene here, in which the president lays out the plans of Solidus Snake and Dead Cell, as well as describing who the Lale Lule Lo are.
President Johnson.
Huh? So you're finally here.
You've been expecting me?
Your equipment, that skull suit, isn't exactly standard military issue. I'm prepared to face the consequences of my betrayal.
What are you... What the...
You're a man? No, they're keeping me alive until my vital signs are reconfirmed.
They betrayed you?
I wouldn't quite put it that way. I wanted power. They sought destruction.
But why stoop to terrorism?
I wanted absolute power.
But you're the president. You have power.
No, I'm just a figurehead.
What?
I don't have any control. The real power is in the Patriots' hands.
The Patriots?
The truth behind this country. I'm not surprised you've never heard of them. Very few are aware of their existence, even among those with code word clearance.
Huh?
Politics, the military, the economy, they control it all. They even choose who becomes president. Putting it simply, the Patriots rule this country. It's all a show. Democracy is just a filler for textbooks. Think about it. Do you actually believe that public opinion influences the government?
No.
This country is shaped and controlled as the Patriots see fit. The Patriots. Even I don't know who the actual members are. Are they financial, political, or military leaders? No one knows who the Patriots really are. Even my instructions come from a cutout. All I've been told is that every key decision is made by a group of 12 men, known as the Wise Men's Committee.
Your office? The White House?
Merely puppets, pawns in a game. By pledging my loyalty, an insignificant son of a senator was awarded the presidency. Of course, that wasn't the only price I had to pay. I wished to be a member of the Patriots. I wanted to wield the power of a king instead of being an expendable pawn.
And that justifies acts of terrorism?
Yes. I'd intended to use the new Metal Gear as a bargaining chip.
Bargaining chip?
But I underestimated Solidus. He actually wants to challenge the Patriots. Can you imagine what would happen if they ceased to function? Picture a massive political vacuum. A space that every powermonger will try to fill for their own greedy ends. I'm talking about an unregulated power struggle. Panic, civil war, chaos. Like it or not, the Patriots is an organization that must continue to exist.
So you changed your mind because you wanted to avoid global chaos.
Exactly. When I told Solidus that I wished to prevent disaster, he replied that pawns can never become players.
And who is this Solidus?
My predecessor, George Sears. That was the name the public came to know him by. I knew him by his code name, Solidus Snake. He was the third Snake, preceded by Solid and Liquid, a survivor of the Les Enfants Terribles project. Neither solid nor liquid. He was a well-balanced masterpiece that the Patriots saw fit to entrust with the presidency. However, he fell out of grace with the organization 4 years ago. When acting on his own, he started an incident.
4 years ago? Shadow Moses.
That's right. At the time, the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, together with certain influential parties, initiated the development of Metal Gear Rex and an advanced nuclear warhead. However, this did not fall in line with the Patriots' plans. What's more, Solidus decided on his own to send his most trusted man, Ocelot, to provoke Liquid Snake, bringing about the said incident. As a result, he succeeded in obtaining Rex and the data on the warhead. But in doing so, he ended up revealing the existence of both Rex and the Genome Army, a blunder that earned him the wrath of the Patriots. Shortly thereafter, Solidus was removed from the presidential office. Once he has the new Metal Gear, he'll declare war against the Patriots. Needless to say, he must be stopped.
Metal Gear is already operational.
No, not yet. What you saw was Metal Gear Ray, hijacked 2 years ago from the Marines by Ocelot. That was not the new Metal Gear.
Then where's the new Metal Gear?
Right here.
What?
You're standing in it. To be more precise, this entire big shell facility is the new Metal Gear.
What'd you say?
No, I'm quite serious. The upper structure that you've seen is camouflage, designed to represent an offshore cleanup facility. The Arsenal Gear. That's the code name for the new Metal Gear.
Arsenal?
That's right. Arsenal. We're talking about an impregnable fortress carrying a load of over a couple of thousand missiles, including nuclear warheads, all protected by a horde of mass-produced Metal Gear Ray units.
Mass-produced?
The Ray unit was originally designed for the Marines to be used as a countermeasure against the Metal Gear variations throughout the world. The Patriots had Ray redesigned to protect the new Arsenal Gear.
So now anti-Metal Gears are guarding a Metal Gear.
Ironic, isn't it? Arsenal Gear is more than just a military tool. It is a means to preserve the world as it is. It will establish a new form of control. The Patriots will use it to keep their place as the country's true rulers. Right now, they feel pressured and threatened.
By what?
They fear an overabundance of digital information. The world will drown in the coming flood of information, and they along with it. The Arsenal plans include a system to digitally manage the flow of information, making it possible to shape the truth for their own purposes. In short, the Arsenal system is the key to their supremacy.
The key?
Yes. The GW system is the Patriots' trump card. Arsenal Gear will be fully operational when GW is successfully integrated. Once operational, it will be a completely new form of power for the Patriots to wield. I had hoped to seize the project from them so that I would be in a strong bargaining position.
Bargain for what?
I'd hoped to trade my way into their ranks, but Solidus preferred rebellion. Outer Heaven, his plan to unleash a nuclear blast over the skies of Wall Street to break the Patriots' control over the business community, is also a key factor in his offensive effort. Stop them before that happens. That is your role.
Role?
You've got to find Emma Emmerich. She's the only one who can stop that thing once it's been activated. This is card 4. It'll give you access all the way to Emma's location. Give this to her when you find her.
What is it?
A program for disrupting the control functions between GW and Arsenal Gear. Take Emma to the computer room on level B2, Shell 1 core. She'll know how to load the program into the main system.
A virus?
That's right, modeled after Foxdie, a biological weapon designed to selectively eliminate personnel with a specific genetic code.
But why do you have it?
The Patriots had it engineered as a failsafe, and Ocelot forgot to search me. You've got to hurry. That disk is the only way you're going to stop Arsenal. Now, kill me.
What the?
There's no time to argue. The final check for my vital ID will start any second. If you kill me now, you'll at least prevent the nuclear strike.
Cut it out!
Do it! That's your role! Pull!
No!
Do it!
That's abusing your right to free speech, Mr. President. Or is it ex-president?
The president! Why did you...
Alas, my finger must have slipped. I'll see you around, carrier boy.
Forget him. He did us a favor. Without free will, there is no difference between submission and rebellion. My only real choice is to put an end to this charade. Let me at least have the freedom to end it myself.
What are you?
Find Emma. Stop Arsenal. This is my last order as your commander-in-chief. I'm counting on you.
Where do we go from here?
Your mission was to rescue the president and eliminate the terrorist threat. However, given the recent turn of events, we will honor the President's last directive. You must put a stop to Arsenal gear once and for all.
Snake, the President, he's been assassinated.
What?
There was nothing I could do.
What about the nuclear strike code sequence?
He died before his vital ID could be reconfirmed.
Then the enemy's lost their nuclear strike capability.
But that Ocelot guy obviously killed the President on purpose.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense. They had to know that they couldn't launch the nuke if they killed the President.
Maybe there's a way to launch without reconfirming the vital ID.
Or maybe they found a more effective weapon within Arsenal gear.
You knew about Arsenal gear?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me about it?
You never asked.
Am I correct in assuming you also know that the Big Shell's a front for the project?
You mean, did I know that the Big Shell, a fully functional environmental cleanup facility, was designed to camouflage Arsenal gear? Yeah, I did. It's exactly what the President and Ames described, a massive cover story. I took these photos 2 years ago.
I know these pictures. They were on the news, on several websites. If I remember right, the reporters blamed you for sinking the tanker.
That's right. Otacon, me, we were used.
We'd hoped that by going public with photos of the new Metal Gear, we could persuade the government. At least that was the plan at the time. It turned out that the whole thing was a setup to lure us. Photos of Snake, taken by the Cypher, were released to the public. In turn, we became the world's most wanted environmental terrorists. Since the Shadow Moses incident, Snake became sort of a hero. I think the Patriots weren't too happy about that. They didn't choose Snake to be a hero.
So they decided to do a smear campaign.
The Marines' Metal Gear Ray project, headed by Commander Dolph, was carried out in opposition to the Navy's Arsenal Gear project. The Patriots considered Metal Gear Ray to be a thorn in their side. They attacked the dummy tanker and stole Ray. They immediately sent a fully loaded tanker to the same location and sank it. Then set up the facility to camouflage the development of Arsenal gear.
Otacon informs us that retrieving Emma to input the virus into GW will be more difficult than expected due to her being frightened of water. She had an incident when she was a child where she nearly drowned, so bringing her back may be difficult. We swim through the flooded lower level, weaving our way under and over obstacles, memorising our way through the debris. I've never liked sections in games that involve swimming underwater with limited oxygen. I think it stems back to Sonic 2 and that panic-enduring music when you're waiting for the air bubble to form as you can't make it to the surface level in time. But before you reach Emma, you come face to face one final time with Vamp, the moment we've been dreading all this time.
Still ticking, huh?
Unfortunately, hell had no vacancies.
You knew I was coming?
You've become a nuisance. I can't let you interfere with Arsenal gear. The girl is just ahead. She is of no use to us now, but she served us well as the live bait for the big catch. Did you really think killing the president would prevent a nuclear strike? Think again.
I didn't do it.
Arsenal is still armed with a purified hydrogen bomb. This is no ordinary nuclear bomb. This weapon is capable of heavy hydrogen nuclear fusion using lasers and magnetics to generate heat-insulated compression. It was a top-secret project initiated by the current president, and Solidus has no idea of its existence. A nuclear threat still exists. 6 months ago, we lost everything we believed in. We were abandoned to take the fall in their cover-up. We were labeled as killers, responsible for the mass murder of civilians as well as our own allies. And the public believed every word, turning a deaf ear to whatever we had to say to the contrary. Our only goal is to wipe them from the face of the earth and destroy this world of deceit they have created along with them.
You're insane.
Insane? We might be the only ones telling the truth. You're still hoping that the girl can install that virus you're carrying around, aren't you?
You know?
It's a shame you're not going to be around long enough to hand her the program.
That isn't seawater, you know. It's a byproduct of the microbes contained in the pool. Buoyancy is practically non-existent thanks to the high oxygen content. Once you fall in, you don't come up. Take a good look at your grave. Show me what you've got.
Vamp is very quick to dance around the area and evade your fire, so it can be frustrating at times, but a couple of good bursts with something that can stun him in place like an assault rifle or grenade should do the trick eventually. One thing I learned recently is that if you manage to shoot Vamp dead on his bullet hole in his head, it deals a massive amount of damage. Now that's attention to detail. Vamp finally goes down for what seems like the final time. You can finally get to E.E. now hiding in a locker, similar to how you met Otacon in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Who are you?
Raiden, I'm getting you out of here.
She informs us that they've drugged her, so she can't really use her legs.
3. Wait. What is it?
Let me take off my glasses.
You know, you should wear contacts.
There's nothing wrong with my eyes. I wear them for show. I like glasses. And there's this guy I liked who used to wear them.
Your first boyfriend?
No. Somebody more important. Anyway, they bring me luck.
So we essentially have to piggyback her through the flooded areas and back to safety.
I remember my brother giving me a piggyback ride. I was sleeping with my ear against his back. I could hear his heartbeat.
Sounds like you were close.
We were, back then. We were stepchildren in our parents' second marriages. Wherever my brother went, I used to tag along. My brother didn't have any close friends, so he used to take care of me.
Once she's been brought across to the other side, her and Hal are reunited briefly over the codec, and we learn a little more about their frosty relationship.
Here she is.
Hal?
E.E., is that you?
Hal.
E.E. Why are you involved with Metal Gear?
Huh?
You knew our family's dark history and still got involved? What's wrong with you?
I should have known.
Answer me, why are you repeating the same mistake?
I wanted to hurt you. I wanted to see you suffer.
E.E.?
You abandoned me.
No, that's not what happened.
All right, that's enough.
E.E. explains to us how her virus program works and what they plan to do with Arsenal gear and its end goal.
You actually wrote this virus?
It's not really a virus. It's more like a worm cluster. It's actually a delayed effect autonomous program that's designed to invade GW's cerebrum and render its nerve connections useless.
You know what GW is?
Of course. I created it.
Huh? What exactly is it?
It's a massive data processing system capable of controlling information on a global scale.
A data processing system?
That's right. The system's a social device for maintaining the Patriots' control. Now, look at it like this. Political scandal, corporate corruption, up until now, the Patriots have managed to keep a lid on these and other self-serving events. But with their existing data processing system, they're no longer able to effectively control the flow of information generated at the individual level. With the newly created system, they can fully regulate digital information. High-level information can be categorized in stages, given clearance levels, and deleted as necessary, never to be seen by the public. By deleting such information, the Patriots can shape the course of history as they see fit. GW is a system that allows the Patriots to decide what will be recorded in tomorrow's history.
So what we're talking about is one huge censorship system for deleting information which might be inconvenient to the Patriots.
Exactly. The actual physical core for handling the task, GW, is installed in Arsenal.
So Arsenal gear was actually designed to protect the GW system, wasn't it?
Do you remember the panic that gripped the computer industry prior to the end of the century?
You mean the Y2K problem?
That's right. If you recall, our government supplied the world with a countermeasure program, using the internet at full capacity. The program was distributed to every governmental organization, every key facility throughout the world. In addition, the same program was included in an OS application for distribution among the public.
Let me guess. The Y2K countermeasure contained a program designed by the Patriots.
Yes, and everything supplied from that day onward contains the same program.
Impossible. Is that why Solidus wants to burn out every electrical circuit in Manhattan with a nuclear blast?
Probably, but the overall system isn't actually complete.
What?
It still lacks the necessary factors for judging situations. I heard they were planning a major experiment in the next few days to provide complex data for GW to study. And suddenly all this happens.
Emma, it's not your fault. If it wasn't for the terrorists...
Yeah, you're right. Well, I think that's about all I know.
Right. Thanks. I think we'd better head for the computer room.
My bird in the computer room. Is he safe?
That noisy, overgrown parakeet?
Excuse me, he's a parrot. And he's my best friend. My only friend.
Well, the bird's okay.
Good.
We then reach a large descending ladder, where we have to post up with a sniper rifle and cover Emma to cross some treacherous walkways along the water, whilst guards and drones try to shoot at her. You also get some additional cover fire from Snake on the other platform. And lo and behold, we get a surprise resurrection from Vamp again. This guy just won't quit. You get one shot to try and take Vamp out without hitting Emma. A clear shot between the eyes takes care of Vamp temporarily. However, to our shock, Emma has been shot. The slow motion here with the setting sun and score just adds even more cinematic scope to an already visually breathtaking game. Emma is finally reunited with Otacon in person whilst dying, and Snake and Raiden rush to upload the virus to GW. However, there's a problem.
What the?
An antibody agent?
Damn! The connection's been cut.
Is the virus upload complete?
I don't think so. The count stopped at 90%. Otacon.
I don't think Emma's made any mistakes.
But
a portion of the worm cluster might have been altered after the disc left Emma's hands.
By the Patriots?
Will the virus still work?
I have no idea.
What if the virus doesn't work?
Either destroy that thing, or take out Solidus and his men.
How do we get on board?
I don't think we can. Unless somebody inside gives us a hand.
I always...
What is it?
wanted to see you again. I never wanted to hurt you. I thought that with Arsenal, if I followed in your footsteps, I could be closer. Can I ask you one last favor?
Sure.
Call me Emma.
What?
Please call me Emma.
Some sorrowful music plays while Hal breaks down as Emma is dying in his arms. He explains that he didn't really abandon her. The reason he left is that he had a strange relationship with his stepmom, and when his father found out that his wife was seducing Archon, he took his own life. Hal had to leave as he couldn't face the guilt. It's nice that they get to see each other one last time and open up to each other, but the death of Emma here has never really hit for me. I think it's a little overdramatic for a character we barely know. And trust me, Metal Gear Solid can handle emotional cutscene and deaths extremely well.
And find a new lease on life. This is good, isn't it?
I mean, even Sniper Wolf we didn't know that well. However, this scene and Hal's tears over Sniper Wolf seem more impactful for me for some reason.
Why? Why? I loved you.
What is it?
My gun. Give it to me. She's part of me. Everyone's here now. Okay, hero. Set me free.
Goodbye. Snake, you said that love could bloom on the battlefield. But I couldn't save her.
I know it sounds bad, but it feels like the only cutscene I ever really want to skip in this game. However, from this tragic loss to Hal, we get some further cementing of Snake and Otacon's bond that they've established over these last few years working together.
Only you can save those hostages. Got it?
Right.
An epic bro handshake and push on through to work as a team and finally put a stop to the Patriots and Arsenal gear before it's too late.
I repeat, personnel in the upper levels, head for the evacuation area immediately.
I'm counting on you, Otacon.
We then get a surprise twist in which the cyborg ninja seems to be working alongside Snake, making us believe that maybe even for a second that Grey Fox is still really alive.
A ninja? What the?
Arsenal's going to take off. We still need you to take care of a few things. This time, do not fail us.
Snake, what's this all about?
Bedtime, Raiden. I wouldn't do that.
You're changing sides now?
Change sides? I don't recall saying I was on yours.
You!
Ready for some shut-eye?
We then awaken as Raiden trapped in restraints very similarly to that of Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1, whilst Ocelot and Solidus try and decipher Raiden's origins, until we then learn about a historic connection Solidus does share with Raiden from his childhood.
He doesn't exist in any database. He's a non-existent operative from a non-existent organization.
It's been a while, hasn't it, Jack the Ripper? I never thought I'd see you again.
You know me?
You don't remember. Your name, your skills. Everything you know, you learned from me. A civil war. You were one of the best among the child soldiers that fought in that conflict. When you were barely 10 years old, you became the platoon leader of the small boy unit. At the time, your outstanding kill record earned you several nicknames, including White Devil and Jack the Ripper. Jack, I was your godfather. I named you. When the war ended, you disappeared from the relief center. I wondered what happened to you. I should have known they would recruit you. Happening again?
Could it be that he's here too?
In another hour, we demonstrate the power of Arsenal gear.
Attack with standard weapons, of course.
Yes, proceed as planned.
At last report, all is well with GW.
How about the troops?
The men are being refitted with Arsenal gear equipment as ordered. You're the spitting image of Big Boss.
Is that so? Perhaps I should be grateful to this kid for that.
This situation, I find it very nostalgic.
Where am I?
Why, inside Arsenal gear, of course. Actually, we're also inside the memory of Shadow Moses. I'll take this back. You don't need this anymore, do you? A foul wind is blowing. We shall speak again.
Mr. X? Ninja?
Correct. It's me.
I thought you were the leader of the Russian troops.
No, that was just a smokescreen.
A smokescreen?
I was sent to provide you support.
Support? Who sent you? The Colonel?
No, the Patriots.
What?
I deceived my troops, betrayed them.
But why?
My child is being held hostage by the Patriots. It was expecting at the time. When I gave birth to my child, it turned out I was in a hospital run by the Patriots. In the morning, my child was gone. My baby is being kept somewhere in this country.
Have you ever met your child?
No. Once a month, they send me a photo of my child via network. I've never even held the child in my own arms.
I see. Given your situation, nobody can blame you for what you did.
That's your opinion.
What about Snake? I thought you were enemies.
He wasn't responsible for my father's death. Actually, we owe him our lives. 2 years ago, they were responsible for getting us out of the sinking tanker alive.
So you joined hands with him to pay back a debt?
No, mutual gain.
Mutual gain?
My job was to assist you. If Solidus gets away with Arsenal, your mission is a failure. The Patriots would judge that as failure on my part and terminate my child. Putting it simply, my child's life depends on your success.
So you did it all for your child. But why would the Patriots want to help me? Are they hoping I'll take Solidus out?
No, you're just like me. We're just pawns.
Pawns for what purpose?
The S3 plan.
Huh?
You'll figure it out sooner or later, but I wonder if you'll handle the truth.
What do you mean?
Listen, we haven't got time for this. Solidus will commence his attack any minute. He's got to be stopped.
What about the virus?
No results so far. I think the Patriots have tampered with the program.
Will it work?
I don't know.
Get me out of this thing.
Not yet. I'll release your restraints after I leave this room.
Where's my gear?
Snake's got everything. I couldn't bring it here.
And where do I find Snake?
The passageway ahead leads to a hangar. He'll be waiting there. I gave him a card key for the hangar.
Does Snake plan to destroy Arsenal gear?
No. Even for Snake, it's impossible to completely destroy this thing. The only option is to stop Solidus and his men.
What are you going to do?
Stay concealed. That's my role. I still can't afford to be discovered. Brace yourself.
After Olga releases Raiden, we have to make our way through a large guarded area whilst covering ourselves up, doing cartwheels and running around the place completely naked. And at this point things start to feel very off and strange, and that's even more than usual. The eerie soundtrack on this part with the malfunctioning vocal sections match with these following codec calls that just keep getting stranger and stranger.
Raiden, do you copy?
You must continue your mission.
I've lost all my gear. I need to locate Snake.
He was never factored into the simulation. Leave him out of this.
I can't do much naked, especially in this temperature.
That's true. You won't be able to attack or enter the hanging mode either.
I think Snake has my gear.
Raiden, take out Solidus and his men. You must recover Arsenal intact.
Colonel, are you under orders from the Patriots?
Your role, that is, mission, is to infiltrate the structure and disarm the terrorists.
My role? Why do you keep saying that?
Why not? This is a type of role-playing game. The point is that you play out your part, and I expect you to turn in a perfect performance.
Colonel, I just remembered something.
What?
That I've never met you in person. Not once.
Complete your mission, according to the simulation.
Colonel, who are you?
No more questions. We have Rosemary.
What do you mean by that?
Over and out. Raiden, turn the game console off right now.
What did you say?
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
What's wrong with you?
Don't worry, it's a game. It's a game just like usual.
You'll ruin your eyes playing so close to the TV.
What are you talking about?
Raiden, something happened to me last Thursday when I was driving home. I had a couple of miles to go. I looked up and saw a glowing orange object in the sky, to the east. It was moving very irregularly. Suddenly, there was intense light all around me, and when I came to, I was home. What do you think happened to me?
Huh?
Fine. Forget it.
Honestly, though, you have played the game for a long time. Don't you have anything else to do with your time?
Something I have been meaning to tell you, but I just couldn't. I think you should know, though. On Saturday morning last week, I saw a guy leaving Rosemary's room. How should I put it? It was like they were intimate. I'm sorry. Sorry to bring this up during the mission, but...
President Baker should be somewhere to the south of where you blasted through the wall. Hurry and save him before the terrorists discover his code. Infiltrate the enemy fortress, Outer Heaven. Destroy the final weapon, Metal Gear. Actually, I'm in really bad shape financially. I pay money to my ex-wife as part of our divorce settlement, among other bills. I just had no choice but to make you pay for lunch the other day. I'm really sorry. An anemone or clematis plant's juice can cause a rash. When pruning them, it's a good idea to wear gloves. Even my patience has its limits. I just can't leave this thing up to you any longer. I'll do the fighting. You can just go home.
Rose then calls us, and things just even get heavier when she tells us that she's actually a spy for the Patriots and their whole relationship up until this point was all an act.
That day at Federal Hall 2 years ago, it wasn't a coincidence. I was ordered to keep an eye on you.
Keep an eye on me?
Yes, by the Patriots.
You're a spy?
I suppose. Yes. It's an ugly word. Are you still there?
Was sleeping with me a part of the job?
I fell in love with you.
How could anyone?
I can't excuse what I did. I've reported every detail of your personal life to them these 2 years. What you did, said, everything.
Must have been fun.
But some things I didn't tell anyone. Like what I felt for you.
So that's why you were involved in this mission. I should have known.
It hurt to play out this artificial romance. It was worse to lie to myself than to you. The more love you gave me, the more it hurt. Because I knew the person you loved was just a character.
It's okay. You had your reasons, right? Hey, I understand. But I have nothing left to...
Jack!
What?
I'm carrying... I'm pregnant, Jack.
Rose! What's going on?
You'll then, after running up and down this tunnel for what seems like forever, bump into Snake, who seems to have appeared from nowhere in his tanker outfit and bandana.
Snake!
Been waiting long?
Where's my gear?
Right over there. Everything you had when you were captured is still there. Sorry about earlier. I had to use you as bait to gain access to Arsenal. It worked.
Why didn't you tell me about Olga?
You never asked.
Why?
Olga asked me to give it to you. Besides, I'm not a big fan of blades.
We then get some quite advanced swordplay for a game of this age. I don't even remember playing any games using swords like Devil May Cry or any RPGs that involve precise swipes and shapes with the analog sticks. The sword is so awesome as well, and it makes you wish you had it much earlier in the game. But in the next section you do get to let loose with it quite a bit.
Come on, time to go. If you run out of ammo, you can have mine.
You got enough?
Absolutely. Infinite ammo. There's no right part in murder. Not ever. And we're not in this to make a name for ourselves.
Then what are you and Otacon fighting for?
A future. You can stop being part of a mistake. Starting now.
What am I? What am I supposed to do?
Find something to believe in, and find it for yourself. And when you do, pass it on to the future.
Believe in what?
That's your problem.
You'll then speak to Otacon and report to him the strange transmissions you received earlier from the Colonel. He says that he'll take a look into it.
Raiden, about this Colonel of yours. I found out where he is.
Where?
Inside Arsenal.
What?
I've checked out all the possibilities, but I keep coming back to Arsenal. It isn't a relay point, it's the origin of the signal. And the encryption protocol it uses is exactly the same as that of Arsenal's AI, the so-called GW.
What the hell does this mean?
I think it means you've been talking to an AI.
That's impossible.
The Colonel probably isn't GW per se. GW was most likely stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation of your own nanomachines. The Colonel is, in part, your own creation, cobbled together from expectations and experience.
That's crazy!
But it's probably the truth. The virus may be starting to affect GW, which would explain the Colonel's behavior.
It was all an illusion? Everything I've done so far?
Raiden.
Snake, what's happening around here?
I don't know. What I do know is that you're standing right here in front of me. Not an illusion. Flesh and blood.
Huh?
It's your call. You can drop this if you want.
No, I can't do that. Let's go.
Raiden, they've got Rose.
What?
Rose is being held in the holds.
It's a trap.
Help! Rose!
Raiden, get a grip.
But Snake...
It's a trap. Since the Colonel doesn't exist, there's no way he can take Rose hostage.
Yeah, you're right.
I am right.
Okay. Does Rose exist?
Don't be weird. She's your...
What if I've never really met her?
What?
If the Colonel is something that I partly dreamt up, then everything I remember about her could be...
Don't jump to conclusions.
You and Otacon are the ones that say the Colonel never existed.
Raiden!
Is this what Olga was talking about?
We then get a large arena-style area where we're ambushed by a ton of guards. Again, you can still knock them out with a sword if you're doing a non-lethal run, or you can have some fun and give in to slicing them up. The only annoying thing I find is that Snake does steal a lot of your kills from a distance as you're running up to them with a sword. You'll also get some game over screens midway through the fight, almost as if the world around you or the game itself is malfunctioning for some reason. Similarly to the Psycho Mantis boss fight in Metal Gear Solid 1 with a black screen. Fortune then arrives to challenge Snake directly over the death of her father and her brother. He tells her it wasn't him, but she thinks that that's a lie.
Fortune.
It's been a long wait, Solid Snake. The root of all my sorrows.
What?
2 years ago, you killed my father. That was the beginning of hell for us. Everyone I love has been taken from me one by one, and no matter how hard I try, I can't follow them. An endless nightmare. The only thing we live for is to see it end. Our wait is almost over.
You can't be serious about firing the nuke.
Since no one can kill me, I may as well kill everyone I can. Starting with you, Solid Snake.
Damn! Looks like I'm today's pick. You go on ahead. You want eternal rest? I've got it right here. I don't know what your group's been through, but let's get one thing clear. I didn't kill your father.
Do you think anyone believes your lies?
Raiden, get out of here!
Raiden then appears atop a large hexagon-style platform with light and codes that seem to shift beneath his feet, almost like his previous VR training areas.
It looks like you've remembered the way you used to kill in the old days. Or is it one of the S3 plan's proud achievements?
What are you talking about?
It came as a complete surprise when Ocelot discovered the S3 data from GW. Not a bad idea, though. Using fire to fight fire, creating the perfect assassin to retire Solid Snake's brother. S3 stands for Solid Snake Simulation. It's a development program to artificially reproduce Solid Snake, the perfect warrior. The result is a Foxhound Commando. When Foxhound no longer exists, a simulated Solid Snake shaped by VR regimen. Sound like someone you know, Jack? I'm sorry to see you reduced to one of the Patriots' puppets. But I've made use of you, and their plan too. No more games, Jack. At least you know. There's no reason to keep you alive now.
We then come face to face with Solidus and take on a staggering amount of Metal Gear Rays at once. It's almost like the game is becoming a joke of itself at this point. all hope seems lost, Olga arrives at the last second to save you. She tells you that your success of the mission is paramount and it will determine whether her child lives or dies.
Olga, don't do this! They'll know!
I'll hold them off. Give you time to get away.
This is suicide!
Your nanomachines, they're transmitting your vital signs to the Patriots. If you die, my child dies. You understand?
The child.
I see. So that's why you sold your troops out to me. So many dead, and they all died trusting you! Weren't they your comrades?
No, not just comrades. Family! I know I'm going to hell, but at least my child.
I applaud your attitude. If you have a death wish, I'll be happy to accommodate you. See you in hell! Enjoy the show, Jack. Let's pick up where we left off. What's going on? What's wrong with it?
AI, GW, it's out of control.
What?
I'm reading an abnormal impulse cascade throughout the neural network. I can't shut it down.
What happened?
Maybe some kind of virus.
The Patriots?
I don't know.
Ocelot, what have you been up to?
It's too late. Arsenal's system control is going haywire. It's on an emergency ascent course.
You still have some use.
I've captured Snake.
Bring him in. Are you awake yet, Jack? GW, the Arsenal AI is corrupted beyond repair. I admit that I underestimated you. I'll squeeze the answers out of you instead, my son!
What do you hope to hear? You know he doesn't know anything.
It's not him I want the answers from.
We then have a string of very lengthy but important cutscenes that are let play out.
What do you mean?
That's not your business.
Oh, really? It so happens I have some business of my own to attend to.
Planning to hijack Arsenal?
Huh?
You were going to screw me over, weren't you?
Who talked? Ocelot?
Not exactly. I was the one who used Ocelot to suggest the idea to you in the first place.
What?
I was planning to give you Arsenal to begin with.
Why the uncharacteristic generosity?
I'm no philanthropist. Arsenal is far from impregnable. It needs other Metal Gears as guards, a huge payload of warheads, and full air, sea, and land support to function efficiently. Against a large attack force without support, Arsenal is nothing more than a gigantic coffin. Seizing Arsenal gear was never the real objective.
What was your objective then?
A list of names of the Patriots! They were planning to extend their control to digital information flow with GW and Arsenal. That means the information they want to filter out is contained in GW, including that list of the highest 12 members of the Patriots' Wiseman's Committee.
And once you knew who they were, you would cross out their names one by one, while we, with our useless arsenal, drew their fire.
Very good.
You were using us all along.
Were you any different?
But your plans hit a snag with GW destroyed, hasn't it?
No, there is another way.
Really? But we have our own plans to carry out. We'll take the arsenal since you don't care for it anyway. The purified hydrogen bomb is ready to go.
A nuclear strike won't stop them.
It will damage their power source. The mindless masses that they control. First things first.
Of course. That was what you wanted. I won't stop you. Good luck.
Thanks, but I have quite enough of that. What exactly do you find so funny?
Charades usually are humorous. I wouldn't have minded watching some more of it, but we're running a little short on time.
What are you talking about?
Everything you've done here has been scripted, a little exercise set up by us.
Exercise?
The S3 plan was conceived as a means to produce soldiers on par with Solid Snake. That's what I told you. But the VR training the boy was put through is not the meat of the project. You think this little terrorist incident is your own doing, Solidus? This is the S3 training kernel. An orchestrated recreation of Shadow Moses.
What?
Ames and the President's deaths. The ninja. The computer virus that mimics Foxdie. Did you really think they were all a coincidence? Ames' own nanomachines were used to shut down his pacemaker. I arranged for the appearance of the ninja as well. As for the President, although Johnson realized what was going on, he played out his allotted part. As for the computer virus, it's a digital counterpart of Foxdie. It was also designed to eliminate every scrap of information regarding the Patriots from GW. Your plan was invalidated even before execution, Solidus. Fatman was a different story. He's one of our own people, a sort of examiner we hired to test the boy's progress before letting him tackle the exercise proper. We had to arrange for Stillman's presence to coax the maniac into agreeing. If the boy had allowed the big shell to be destroyed, this exercise would have ended there. The project has no room for failures.
What do you mean?
Given the right situation, the right story, anyone can be shaped into Snake. Even rookies can fight like men of experience. An instant creation of genius. And this training kernel would provide more than enough data to formulate such a program. You, Dead Cell, Olga, you're all nothing but pawns placed to create the perfect simulation. Solidus, you and the boy were selected because your relationship resembles the one between Snake and Big Boss. Fortune, you and the rest of Dead Cell stand in for the Foxhound squad that Snake took on in Shadow Moses. You're the most impressive collection of freaks outside of Foxhound. We've gone to a lot of trouble to set you up against the boy. That story about purified hydrogen bombs is just the tip of the iceberg. The project was already underway when I sunk that tanker, along with your old man 2 years ago. Throwing your husband in the brig was a part of it too. You were told that the eradication of Dead Cell 6 months ago was an act of the Patriots. We provoked and encouraged your hatred. And you opted for vengeance, Just as we planned.
All orchestrated?
Except for the appearance of the real Solid Snake. I wonder now who sent for you.
All our misfortune was just a part of their project? How could...
You're no Lady Luck. You have nothing that we didn't give you. Do you know why no bullet could hit you? It wasn't magic, or some new age mumbo-jumbo. Certainly wasn't your psychic talents. It was all staged by the Patriots.
Staged?
You were being shielded by the electromagnetic weapons technology that the Patriots developed. Your dead cell comrades loved your father and husband. We needed a pathetic wretch like you to keep them focused. You've been our puppet all along, just like Olga.
No!
You were hamming it up as the tragic heroine, thanks to the script that the Patriots wrote for you. Pure self-indulgence, absorbed in your own misfortune. You couldn't get enough of the drama.
I could have died whenever I wanted to.
Thought I got her in the heart.
It missed.
Now I remember. Your heart's on the right. Waste of metal, my dear, but your luck's run out. This is the little gizmo. There's no such thing as miracles or the supernatural, only cutting-edge technology.
Bastard.
Now that I have enough data, all I have to do is retrieve Arsenal and clean up the refuse from the exercise.
Just try.
How's this then? I told you, your luck's run out. Take your reward. It's all the payload Ray has. Die!
Everybody down!
What the? Impossible!
She is Lady Luck.
My name is Helena Dolph Jackson, the daughter of a proud and noble soldier. I can see my family again.
Try this instead.
been waiting for this! I've been inside this arm all along, waiting for the right time to awaken.
You were inside Ocelot?
Yes, a sleeper in the arm of a Patriot spy.
It was you 2 years ago?
Exactly. I was controlling him. Snake, it was I that leaked information about Arsenal to your partner and got you out here.
What?
You're the only one that can free me. After all, I'm off to bury the Patriots for good.
You know where they are? How?
Why do you think I chose Ocelot as my host? But before I go, I have a family matter to settle with both of you. There's room for only one Snake and one big boss. Time to say goodbye!
Liquid! Stop this thing!
Hey, Snake! You coming?
Federal Hall.
What are you laughing at?
Do you know what day it is today?
April 30th?
George Washington took office as the first president of the United States of America 200 years ago today. And it happened right here. We were going to declare another independence, the dawn of a new nation, here. The end of the Patriots' secret rule, liberation of this country. This was where it was supposed to begin. This is where freedom could have been born.
All you want is power at any cost.
Jack, it's not power I want. What I wanted to take back from the Patriots are things like freedom, civil rights, opportunities. The founding principles of this country. Everything that's about to be wiped out by their digital censorship. We're all born with an expiration date. No one lasts forever. Life is nothing but a grace period for turning the best of our genetic material into the next generation. The data of life is transferred from parent to child. That's how it works. But we have no heirs, no legacy. We brothers are called les enfants terribles, cloned from our father with the ability to reproduce conveniently engineered out. What is our legacy if we cannot pass the torch? Proof of our existence, a mark of some sort. When the torch is passed on from parent to child, it extends beyond DNA. Information is imparted as well. All I want is to be remembered by other people, by history. The Patriots are trying to protect their power, their own interests, by controlling the digital flow of information. I want my memory, my existence to remain. Unlike an intron of history, I will be remembered as an exon. That will be my legacy, my mark in history. But the Patriots would deny us even that. I will triumph over the Patriots and liberate us all, and we will become the Sons of Liberty! I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix.
This last codec call from the AI kernel on Rose here is incredibly poignant, well written, and scarily accurate to our modern online and digital world of today. A lot of people see this following cutscene as Hideo Kojima predicting the future in a number of ways.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human. Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap! If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it something that should not be passed on? Should that information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All this junk data, preserved in an unfiltered state, growing at an alarming rate.
It will only slow down social progress, reduce the rate of evolution.
Right. You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context?
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths, spun by different interests, continue to churn and accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
That's not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
In this era of ready-made truths, self is just something used to preserve those positive emotions that you occasionally feel.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap!
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best, and you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashion, every time something goes wrong, you turn around and place the blame on something else.
It's not my fault. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control human thought? Human behavior?
Of course. Anything can be quantified nowadays. That's what this exercise was designed to prove.
You fell in love with me just as you were meant to, after all. Isn't that right, Jack?
Ocelot was not told the whole truth, to say the least.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness. S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a circumstance that made you what you are.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
The Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof. Raiden, there are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to...
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we've provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you that GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk. It's time for the final exercise. Raiden, take Solidus down.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe me.
Damn!
It will be a fight to the death.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicates of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents. I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex, and throughout the neural network they've formed.
We then have to finally take down Solidus using our new ninja blade atop the Federal Hall building at dawn. It's a really awesome setting and final boss fight. Solidus has some awesome moves here he can pull off. Again, this soundtrack is so awesome for the fight. Something funny I do actually remember about last Let's Playing this was that the prior cutscene was so long, it actually turned my controller off due to inactivity, so the fight started and Raiden wouldn't move and I was getting sliced up before I even realised what happened.
Raiden, you have to beat Solidus. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. Nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or tanks.
What the?
The old model destroyed 4 years ago was Rex.
The new amphibious model is Ray.
Both of these are the same as the code names used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your code name, Raiden, too, comes from the Japanese Navy's name for one of its interceptors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the code name the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Raiden?
It was Jack. Both of you are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solidus.
You deal the final blow to Solidus, putting an end to Sons of Liberty, Dead Cell and this entire ordeal. People start to gather in the street below, and you see Snake for one last time, who delivers some life advice and words of wisdom to Raiden.
Who am I, really?
No one quite knows who or what they are. The memories you have and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith in. What we found important enough to fight for. It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future. The Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you. By the way, what is that?
Dog tags.
Anyone you know?
No, never heard the name before. I'll pick my own name, and my own life. I'll find something worth passing on. They taught me some good things, too.
I know. We've inherited freedom from all those who fought for it. We all have the freedom to spread the word, even me.
Snake, what about Olga's child?
Don't worry. I'll find him. Count on it. As long as you keep yourself alive, he's safe.
Do you know where Liquid went?
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
Yeah, but I have a feeling they gave Ocelot a bogus location to begin with. Cheer up, we have a better lead. This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriot's identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first. And people you need to talk to.
Jack then finally sees Rose and gets somewhat of a happy ending to this nightmare, when she hints to him that she's pregnant and that they can all start a new life together now.
Can I ask you something? Who am I, really?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
See me for what I am, okay?
I know.
We get some final words of wisdom here, backed by a beautiful jazzy piano ballad over footage of New York City in the year 2000. It's a really beautiful ending, and I really love the aesthetic and look of that early 2000s period. It really makes me nostalgic, even for somewhere I've never even been. I think this ending may have seemed strange to audiences finishing Sons of Liberty for the first time back in the day, but I've really grown to love it. There's something very soothing about it all, especially after that dump truck of insane information and revelations we just had poured on us for the last couple of hours. It's almost like a time to breathe and take in some nice scenery with a reminder to find your own path in life and keep that alive for future generations to follow by example. Also, the undertones of Control in a digital age is ever more present than when this game was ever first released, with even things on my home turf in the UK being passed in law like digital IDs, AI overtaking every inch of space on our social media content, and it's only going to get worse as far as I can tell. What started as a tool to help people connect has taken over our lives in such a radical way. It's changing human behaviour and even people's aspirations. Not too many young people, from what I can see anyway, want to strive and earn a decent wage with a career from the ground up nowadays. It seems everyone just wants to be famous and have 9 little bites of the cherry. With things like YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, people just aspire to being influencers now. Some channels put in a lot of work and are very professional. And I'm not putting anyone down, but a lot of what I see online are of very little substance. And just seeing the numbers of some of these channels is mind-boggling to say the least. We're becoming a zombie nation addicted to tech, so caught up in everyone else's lives and trying to be heard without thinking about ourselves in the equation. You can say with confidence that a lot of things from Metal Gear Solid 2 have since come true, and it's now still as profound, if not more so, than when it was first released. Now, just to wrap up with some of my final thoughts and experiences with the game personally, I remember my first exposure to Metal Gear Solid was when I was first in primary school, and a friend I had called Will had a Solid Snake poster on his bedroom wall. I absolutely loved the artwork so much, I was like, wow, what's that? He was like, it's Metal Gear Solid. He was a kid that always had game consoles and games day one, and I never did, so I learned a lot about it by watching him play games. When I first saw Metal Gear Solid 2, however, I was over my older cousin's house, We used to have a Sunday lunch there when I was a kid, but I used to wander off upstairs and see what my cousins were playing. As they were much older than me, they had a PS2 and all the coolest games that I wasn't allowed to play, like Resident Evil Code Veronica, Max Payne and so on. However, I remember them playing the Tanker Mission and I picked up the case like, oh, is this that game that Will likes? And the cover art floored me. I was so in love with it. I was and still am super into art, and Yoji Shinkawa's cover art for the Metal Gear Solid series has always blown my mind. But that particular PAL version of the game with the foil lettering, that bold orange contrast and that awesome Beretta with a giant silencer and laser sight attachment is just something else. I was reading and examining the cover from top to bottom. I wanted to try and draw it so bad as a kid, but I knew it was outside my talents. But since I've drawn and painted them many times and even managed to sell a few, I finally remember getting a second-hand copy of Sons of Liberty from my local Blockbuster. The awesome 2-disc version with a making of DVD I used to watch all the time. I don't know why games don't do that anymore. So I always have some kind of nostalgic throwback of associating this game with my cherished love for Blockbuster. I still have my membership card to this day. I used to ride my scooter up to Blockbuster with a friend, get the latest game on rental, or again pick up an awesome game like this second-hand, grab a pepperoni pizza for £1 from Iceland, which is still the best frozen pizza you can get, and a big bottle of share-sized Coke, and spend all my hours after school and on the weekends sitting on the floor in front of my old clunky CRT, playing Sons of Liberty, eating pizza and drinking Coke with friends to the early hours of the morning. I know these seem external factors outside the game's control, and I understand that they are, but I can't boot up Sons of Liberty without feeling a rush of nostalgia no matter how old I get. This has and always will be one of my all-time favourite games. It's got such a diverse rollercoaster of a story. It had amazing gameplay mechanics and graphics for its time, an epic score, it had things like sadness, humour, humility, thrill, shock, and a real sense of staying power and replayability weaved throughout it. I can't tell you how many times I've played Metal Gear Solid 2 at this point even, but every time I boot up the Substance version on the PS2, whether that to be even played the skateboard minigame, to just running through the Tanker Mission before work early in the morning like I'm a kid again rushing to do it before I have to leave for school, this game will always hold a special place in my heart, and that's why I wanted to make this video. More of something to look back on in years to come to hold its place in with all these reasons I love the game so much. And I know this video has already gone on long enough, and I'll probably think of 50 more things to praise the game for once I've uploaded this I wish I'd said here, but I'm hoping the comment section down below can be a great place that we can chat and discuss what a great game Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty is. Thank you everyone so much for taking the time to watch this video to the end. I really do appreciate it so much, and it greatly helps me know that I'm making the right kind of long format videos for you guys to enjoy. Please leave a like if you did enjoy the video, comment below, share with your friends, and most importantly, please consider subscribing to the channel for all future content. Until next time, I've been your host, JB Twinesiger.